Some Arizona lawmakers want to pass a bill that would take away $257 million from school districts around the state. 18 school districts receive this desegregation funding. The second highest paid school district is Phoenix Union School District, which receives about $55 million annually. John Vieira, principal at Central High School, discusses what might happen if this funding were to suddenly disappear.
Directly, there would be an impact. Again, the end result would be student impact. Now, we do have some support services that are indirectly not associated with students, but nevertheless, whether it's indirect or directly, it still would impact student learning.
But what exactly is desegregation money? Dr. Michael Gard, assistant principal at Central High School, discusses how this money is relevant for the school.
Look at, originally the court order was because schools were too white, and it was to help bring minorities into the schools. And we're almost a shift there now. We're 79-80% Hispanic in our schools now, and so it's almost we're using the funds to desegregate in the other direction to help create programs of choice where students are attracted to our schools.
Central uses its desegregation money to fund its Global Studies Magnet program, which allows students to study languages and other subjects abroad. But what if that money were to go away?
We will see that the program will still go on, being that the other classes that they would have to take through the Global Studies class courses, they'll still be taught here. The world history, the marketing, all those classes are still here.
But that doesn't mean the Global Studies Magnet program would remain unchanged.
I would say this traveling will still be there, but the kids will be 100% responsibility for the expense.
Do you think the families of the students would be able to cover that?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the valley is Perry High School, which doesn't receive desegregation funding, but Principal Dan Serrano sees the value of the funding.
I was the principal at McClintock in Tempe for 7 years, and I was there for 11 and a half, where the racial mix there is much higher a minority than here, where a school like that could probably use those funds to educate and bring programs in for those families and students.
Ultimately, Principal Serrano believes that taking the funding away would severely hurt students.
I'd say we can use the way we're funded in this state, every penny counts. And so, if those monies are going to help students and families, why take it away?
Whether or not the bill abolishing the funding will pass remains to be seen. I'm Ivy Reiner. Thanks for listening.